Hello, my fellow cigar smokers, and welcome to Smokers Pod. We are coming to the end of the year, and what else shall we do other than talking about some of the best cigars in 2020? I have chosen like 8 cigars that were my favorite smokes throughout the year, or let's say the smokes I enjoyed the most. A couple of them were released in 2020. A few of them are older. I just rediscovered or just, like I said, enjoyed a lot. So let's talk about a few of my favorite cigars in 2020. My friends, we are starting with the Cigars number 50. That's one of the cigars where I said they are already a little bit older. They were not coming out in 2020, but I kind of rediscovered. I had them like a few years ago, and then for some reason, well, I won't say I forgot them, but they were just not longer in the focus somehow. And then, like I think it was summer or so, my favorite dealer told me, "Oh, Andy, listen, I have 2 boxes of this Cater Say number 50." And then I said, "Oh, well, give me the 2 boxes." And then I was making this unboxing. And all of a sudden, this cigar was coming back into my focus and developed as my favorite starter 2020. So the first cigar I start my smoking day, and that's why I'm starting it with right now. Not only the start of my collection here, or the cigars we want to talk about today, but it's also my first cigar this morning. Very good cigar, very mild, subtle aromas, and one of the Cubans that this year never let me down, never disappointed me somehow. Draw was always good, and everything else was just great. Like I said, very mild. None of the flavors are pushing into the foreground. They're not so dominant. It's just a easygoing, very good Cuban cigar. So, the Cater Say number 50, one of my favorite smokes I had in 2020. The next one, and that's also a smoke I that is older, already a couple of years old. That is the Liga Privada number 9. Such a great cigar. Was doing a review a while ago, and that's really one of the cigars that where is it a good idea to always have it in your humidor. That's like one of the premium products of True Estate. The number 9, the T52, and you have a couple of others, but especially number 9. A strong, not too strong, a strong, very complex aromatic cigar that is, man, that's a cigar you can smoke like on every occasion. Maybe a little bit too pricey for daily smoke, but it's definitely worth the bucks. And sometimes they're hard to get, but if you get a chance, go get them. Go get a few. They will not let you down, I guess. And I figured, the other day I was doing a posting on our Instagram channel. I was just sitting in my living room, and I think I watched the new Dominic Strauss-Kahn documentary on Netflix. I was just posting the cigar, like, here's the cigar, watching the documentary, blah blah, and that's was one of the successful posts throughout the year. Well, it was a no-brainer, it was nothing special. But there were so many people were saying, man, that's my favorite cigar. And I said, wow, okay, great, guys. So I assume there are a couple of Liga Privada fans out there. Cheers, my friends. But it's a good cigar. The next one, and this was actually coming out in 2020, that is the Plasencia Wolfsdorf edition. They celebrated, Wolfsdorf is a German brick and mortar store chain, and they celebrated the 130th birthday of Wolfsdorf, and so they made this Plasencia special edition, and that was not only mine, but also when I'm talking to my buddies or so, that was cigar that really everybody enjoyed. It's a nice looking cigar. It has a great wrapper, it has great aromas, like medium bodied and Plasencia like flavors. With just I had a feeling with just a little portion of the typical Davidoff taste. So, unfortunately, they were very limited, and I still have like 5 or 6 of these sticks left, and then they are gone. But if you have any chance to get them, or if you already bought them and they're still sitting in your humidor or so, man, give them a try. Very, very good cigar for a very good price. Also, a cigar that was coming out this year and made it to the list of my cigars I enjoyed the most in 2020 is the new Camacho Nicaragua. You guys already all know I'm a big Camacho fan, so that was a highly anticipated cigar, and I was so happy when they were released. And first, I was a little bit like worried because they were dropping the Gordo Vitola, which used to be the biggest Vitola in the Camacho portfolio, and they replaced it with the Grand Churchill. And I was a little bit worried because I'm a big fan of the Gordo Vitola. This 60 ring gauge and 6 inches long. It's just a very perfect smoke for me. And they replaced it with the Grand Churchill, which is a little smaller in the ring gauge, but a little bit longer. But man, great Vitola, great cigar. Still don't get it why they call it Camacho Nicaragua, because just one tobacco in the filler is from Nicaragua, but I guess that's some marketing blah blah, and I don't care. Very good cigar. It's like under 10 euros for the Grand Churchill. A lot of tobacco, a lot of cigar, a lot of flavors for a very cool price. Love that cigar. So, another one that was coming out in 2020 is the Rocky Patel Age Limited Rare 2nd Edition. Cool cigar, cool looking cigar, nice bands. Rocky Patel, typical flavors. A very solid smoke. With a lot of complexity, a lot of aromas, and a really good quality for very cool price. And I just like the fact that there's also like a special story behind it. They were doing just 120,000 cigars, and just like I think 30,000 or so are coming into the distribution, and the rest is Mr. Patel's laying aside for whatever reason. And I'm still sorry that I never smoked the age limited rare first edition, which was coming out I think 2015, 2016, like this. But I was very happy that I was able to get this one, and I still have a 1.5 boxes or so, and they're one of my maybe not daily smokes, but I don't think that a week passed without me smoking one or two of these sticks. Very reliable, very good. If you like Rocky Patel, if you like the flavors they're putting in their cigars, you will definitely love the cigar. So check out the Rocky Patel Age Limited Rare Second Edition. Oh, here still, my Kaido say, good looking cigar. Reliable smoke for a Cuban, really. So, the next one. Very old cigar. And I was so happy that that they were coming back into my portfolio. That's a Romeo and Julieta White Churchill. Guys, I very often criticize the Cuban cigars for their lack of quality, or the ratio between good and bad cigars. That's not so good. But this year I was smoking the Romeo and Julieta Short Churchill, and I was so impressed by this cigar. And I smoked like 3 or 4 in a row, and they were all good, and I had no problems. So I decided to give the White Churchill a chance again, because that used to be one of my favorite cigars, and I kind of dropped it out of my daily smoking routine because I had so many failures, and it failed so many times that I was so disappointed, and that's at some point I decided not smoking it anymore. But after I had such a good experience with the Short Churchill, I decided let's give the White Churchill a try again. And I was starting it, and I think since summer or so, after I smoked the Short Churchill, I easily smoked like 20 or 30 of these White Churchills, and like 95% of them were good. So I'm so happy that they are back. One of the really best Cuban cigars in the regular and the standard portfolio you can get. A great cigar for good price. It's like the standard Cuban flavors are combined or concentrated in this cigar. I love the White Churchill. Happy to have it back, and I love to smoke it. So definitely give it a try if you get a chance. Go check out the Romeo and Julieta White Churchill. Love the cigar. So guys, I have 2 cigars left. And these 2 cigars, they were both coming out this year. And they are both, that are my number 1 and my number 2 in 2020. And funny enough, they are both coming from Davidoff. But they were kind of knocking me out of my shoes. They were so good. Crazy. Number 2 is the Davidoff Year of the Ox. Man, that is a cigar. Wow, fantastic, really. And everything that is coming with the cigar. I'm so happy that Davidoff was making again a Zodiac series with a Gordo cigar. Remember I was talking about the Gordo Vitola when it was coming to the Camacho Nicaragua. So, and they made the Grand Churchill, and Davido was coming out with the Year of the Ox in a Gordo size. Wow, I was so happy as I heard that, and I was even more happy after I was smoking it and figured out, wonderful cigar, really complex, balanced, perfect aromas. Um, the box is great. Everything that's coming around with it is great. I mean, it's like 36 euros or 36.50 or something, so that's hell of a price. But wow, man, if you want to have something special, that is the right cigar for it. You know, if you're celebrating your birthday, Christmas, your wedding or a buddy's wedding, if you're the best man or so, and that's the cigar really. And it's I mean it's special. You know, it's the Zodiac. It's from the Zodiac series. They're celebrating the Chinese Year of the Ox, so it's kind of limited. Here in Germany, it's hard to get already. You know, if you're lucky enough, you get a few, but more or less they are gone. So great smoke, really. So guys, we're coming to my number one, 2020. The cigar I enjoyed the most, for me personally, the best cigar in 2020 is the Davidoff Robusto Intenso. And if you were watching the review I was doing a few months ago, I was always I was so enthusiastic about this cigar because man, it's dark wrapper, you know, Maduro like wrapper. They have like 7 different tobaccos in the cigar. Typical Davidoff flavors with a lot of spice, medium to full bodied cigar. It has everything a good cigar needs to have is combined in this Davidoff Robusto Intenso, and that's why it's my favorite smoke. It was my favorite smoke in 2020, and they are still available. It's not like I think they're kind of limited, but there are a lot of cigars out there. Also pricey. I don't have the price right now on mind. It's like I think 30 or so roundabout, but 20, 29, 28. I forgot it. Really, very good cigar. Guys, that were my top 8 cigars. Other than the last 2, I have no real ranking. They were all cigars I enjoyed throughout the year. And since you know when you're watching the reviews, I have no rating like numbers I'm giving. Perfectly fine with other review colleagues who are doing this. I'm not doing it. I'm not a big fan of it because there's so much. It depends. You know, what you were eating before, how you're feeling today, what you had before, like this. So I don't want to pinpoint it down to a specific number. That were all just the smokes I really enjoyed this year. If you already had a few of them, let me know. If you missed a review I did with most of them, go check it out. We have a fantastic cigar review playlist where everything is listed that we were reviewing or unboxing. Go check it out. If you have favorite smokes for 2020, put it down in the comments. What were your favorite smokes? What cigars did you enjoy the most throughout the year? Or what cigar were you smoking most often? You know, let me know. Other than that, guys, I wish you fantastic happy new year. I hope you can smoke a ton of great cigars, have good drinks with it, celebrate life with buddies and good cigars and so on. Most importantly, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you around at Smoker's Bar. Cheers.